Hello and welcome to your Salem FSX 260RT. Starting right up front, we have this little small switch here for a light underneath. You have your extend and your track, or your up and down for your power jack up front. Right behind this little black tab, right inside of here, if this ever electrically goes out, you are able to manually override it here. For your propane here, you have a little notch on this reader that indicates which propane it's taking from and which one it's reading. So what I mean by that is, let's move it back over to this side. When this little notch is pointing here, it's taking the propane and it's reading this little red tab here. That'll turn green once it has a steady flow of propane going through the system. But obviously as of right now, there's no propane going through it, so it's just gonna look red. But once again, that little arrow indicates which one it's reading and which one it's taking the propane from. Coming into your battery disconnect here, all you gotta do is flip it to the down position and that will cut, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, battery disconnect. It connects the battery, disconnects the battery from your camper, and it will cut all power to the inside. Obviously this is on, and then to take it out, all you do is twist and pull. You have to line up this little metal piece with this notch here, insert and twist on, and then once again twist off. Storage, and this is going to be your sewer system. So you have your black tank and your gray tank poles. So what I do recommend doing is your black tank and then your black tank flush, which I'll show you in just a minute. But that little black tank flush just does a little, if you put a pressurized hose to it, it'll turn on a tiny little sprinkler inside of the black tank, which will help actually wash off the toilet paper and whatever crud may have gotten stuck on the way out. So once again, black tank flush, and then the gray tank. Gray tank is going to be the cleanest water out of the two. So what I do recommend doing is this last, just so it gives it one last little rinse before you go ahead and put your hands on there. You also have the low point drains here. Hot and cold side, they are going to be the lowest points in your camper. So when you do go to empty your water out, all of it, you open those up. Right above your outside shower is going to be your black tank flush. That's what I just talked about. Put a little pressurized hose up to this, and this will turn on the sprinkler inside the black tank, which once again will help take off any toilet paper or crud that may have gotten stuck on the way out. Come into your outside shower, you have your hot and cold side along with your shower head. And to open this, you need a key. So this can be your furnace exhaust. So if there's any little kids in the area, just let them know, do not touch this because the hot air will come out of here, and then this will make this metal piece very hot. So if you go to touch it, it'll burn your fingers. This is your city water connection. So if you put a pressurized hose into this, so this would be your campground. So your campground's pressurized hose, put it into here, and then once the water starts pushing through, then you're able to go through all of your sink, showers, whatever, and turn them on and have water through your systems. I do recommend getting a water pressure regulator just because campgrounds are pushing for a lot of people, so there's gonna be a lot of pressure. So I would just recommend getting one so it doesn't end up blowing out your lines. Freshwater connection. So what this is just a big tank underneath your camper, which is just going to be a gravity fill, so you can fill it up with any hose. But this is if you want to take water with you. So if you're going out into the middle of nowhere and you're not going to have this city water connection, go ahead, fill this up before you leave, and then turn on the water pump inside, and that pump will take all the water that you put into here, and that will push it through your systems. This is going to be your spray port, so put a little hose in here. Just one of these sliders, put it in here, and you can just spray hot and cold. Down here we have these little green caps that indicate that both of your tires, well, all four I should say, but the green cap just indicates that your tires are filled with nitrogen and not regular air. But you are able to fill with regular air It doesn't inflate or deflate with temperature change. This is your water heater. This is your anode rod. So what this anode rod does is takes the beating for your tank rather than having your tank get beat up. So basically this little rod here will deteriorate over time. All the hard water will eat at this and not your tank. So if you go ahead and put that in there, it's going to be a 1 1/16 socket to tighten down. Once that's fully inside and tightened down, then you can go ahead, go on the inside, turn on the hot side of your faucet. It'll start to sputter and shoot out for a little bit. That's just all the air getting pushed completely out of the tank. Once you have a steady flow of water on that hot side of the faucet, that means this is completely filled and then you're good to go. You can go inside, turn on your water heater, and this will start to activate and obviously start to warm up your water. When you go to take this out, obviously there's gonna be a lot of pressure built up. So just go ahead, pull the pressure release, you'll hear it hiss. And once it's done hissing, take your socket, pull this out, and all the water will start to drain out of that hole. Right along with that, it's gonna come out slow, but to make it faster, just go ahead and pull the pressure release once again, and it'll start to flow out. So it's gonna be your fresh water tank cap. So underneath, which I will end up showing you, there's going to be a fresh tank empty. So if you get done with a vacation and obviously you have more water left over, you can just go ahead, unscrew this cap, and all the water will start to drain. This is gonna be your camp power or your shore power. Just in case you have a TV outside. Here's your cable and satellite input. I will get to your back door ramp in just a moment. Another one for your TV. 10 outlets. So I actually had to reach it to show you on the back side. But right above that little tire there, that white little piece, that's your fresh tank empty. So that little cap that I just showed you, that goes right on there. It's gonna be right behind the tire. Once again, if you still have water in the tank after vacation, after that fill, go ahead, unscrew that cap from there, and it'll start to pour out. It's gonna be behind the rear tire. For your stairs, make sure your door is as open as it can go, because otherwise this little piece here will end up hitting the side of this and scraping it up. Otherwise you just lift up, watch out. All the blue tabs, so the white tab is behind the door so it won't move. To pull it out, pull the blue tab, grab, and then lay on the floor. Now that your stairs are down, make sure that these are going to be completely flush with that metal piece. Otherwise it will actually rip off the free part along with the rubber seal if you try to shut it. For your awning, you have a little black tab up there. If this ever electrically goes out, you are able to peel that tab off and then go ahead and manually override it to reel it back in. And then for a solar panel, if you do get one, just make sure it matches that same input there. Now coming to the back section of your Salem. All you gotta do is lift up and twist. For this one, you have to twist to the left. For this one, you lift up and twist to the right. When they're upside down, as you can give it a little bit of a pull and then walk it down. Make sure none of these are hooked like that. Just give it a little bit of help, and it'll straighten back out. All right, for your little guardrails here, for your screened-in porch, go ahead, just open them up. And get them in the general position of the little clamps on the floor, which I'll show you closer up here in just a second. Same type of situation. So I'll show you this side first, 'cause I'm closer. But this little piece here needs to slide in between these. There we go. Just like that. Once that happens, this little black piece will then slide up. Same for this. Here, click in place just like that. Same situation here. Just like that. Then it'll be all clipped in. For your door. So this little pin would actually be inside of this hole here, but it's already out. Once that's out, this should be up. Go ahead, close your door. And then on that note, all I gotta do is pull this little red piece down, just like that. And now it's all screened in. Same situation, just pull up, able to open your door. Just like that. I mean, since I'm a little bit heavier, this is gonna look a little bit different, but to take these out, all I do is press down and then pull out. And then all you do is go ahead, fold them up. The only tricky part is this, you're gonna have to feed it through the opposite side here, just like that. Once this is a little taped up there, Velcroed, this piece goes in last. So, same situation over here. Go ahead, tap the black pieces down, and pull. It up. This one's going to be a lot longer than this one, but same situation here. And then for the little piece here in between the door and the actual camper, you just kind of have to lift it up, pull it in. Same for this way. Lift up, put it in. Now once this is all in, you can go ahead, put this back up and just do the opposite. So go ahead, take that one, put it in, turn to the left, push down. This one, flip it up to the right, push back down. Then you'll have your porch tucked away. Coming to the inside of your camper, first thing on the right here is going to be your radio. So one is going to be your inside speakers, which you can hold to mute. Zone 2 is going to be your outside speakers, which you can hold to mute, hold to unmute. And you have your mode, which you can select through aux, Bluetooth, and whatnot. There we go. Volume down, volume up. Then to you have your USB, HDMI, aux, along with skips and station changes up here. Hold to say goodbye. For your power panel here, you have a reader right up top, which will read your battery, your fresh tank, your black tank, and your gray tank. You have your lights inside, and these ones are gonna be your outside. And this is gonna be your awning. All right, you know you're fully extended when that little flap comes down, and then you can start to see the black bar on top. The pitch for the rain, just pull down right here. It'll create this elbow. It'll lean to one side, and then all the rain will start to drain off of the side that you pulled. It claims you can run it in like this, but I just recommend pushing it back straight before you go ahead and run this back in. For your space heater, far right is going to be your on, Then you have your time, which can go up to 5 hours, I believe. Yep. And then your rock color. And this far left one is kind of like a temp gauge. It's ready for TV backer. Go ahead and plug in all your stuff up here for it. Just switch between satellite and cable channels. It's this little button here. Coming up to here, you have your first exhaust window. You can open that up that way. You can also do it the opposite way. Opens up there. This is gonna control all your temps. You have your fan low, fan high, cool high, cool low, cool auto, along with your heat. Then you control your temperature through the up and down arrows here. For your toilet, it's just gonna be a foot flush. I do recommend toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper will actually help break down easier, so it won't flood your systems or clog them. And the solution will actually help break down solids and smells. For the bed, if you go ahead and lift underneath, you'll feel a little wood piece. Lift that wood piece up and you have your excess storage here. You can also access the front of your underbelly there. Otherwise, just pull down. Sometimes your bed will slide, just go ahead and push it back. For your fridge, all of your settings are going to be right up top. 5 is going to be the coldest, 1 is just going to be cold. Same for your freezer, far right colder, far left is just cold. For your stove, you go ahead, turn this on, and then it's just like a stove at home. You click, turn, and then your flame will ignite. There's no propane going through there at the moment. Once again, press, ignite. Just like that. This is your carbon monoxide detector. So this detector never turns off, even when you turn your battery disconnect off. It's just a safety feature. Considering that the green light indicates that it's on, that means this never turns off. So going along with that, this will actually kill your battery if you leave your trailer for about 3 to 4 days. So if you do go to leave your trailer for about 3 to 4 days, just go ahead and take the negative end off of your battery, because then this will finally die. Coming to your breakers and fuses, all your breakers are here. It's labeled just like a house would. And you have your fuses here, which I do recommend bringing extra fuses along. I'd rather just be safe than sorry, but that's just a recommendation. To get underneath here, go ahead, pull this up, and put this out of the way. I'm just gonna set this on the table for now. Lift this up, and then grab this little wood piece here, and lift up, access all the storage underneath. For this table here, I'm just gonna lean it up against this. Pretty self-explanatory for this table here. Just go ahead, bend this, and then you're able to move your legs in. Same goes for that side, just bend that in, and then you're able to store this. And then for your back little screen here, this kind of explains it. You're able to roll it up or leave it down. And when it is rolled down, this is supposed to stay up here, but you just zip it down, completely closed off, or open, just like a little screened-in porch.